Let's talk the co-main event. You got Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov.
I'll tell you what, this is one of those ones you look at, Paulo Costa is going to be the faster fighter. He's fast. Paulo Costa's got speed. Kopylov is good. He's really good in the stand-up, and he measures distance well. And once he gets that distance down, he's dangerous because then he throws with a lot of volume. But he's going to have to, you just don't know what Paulo Costa shows up. He's that guy that sometimes he's just overwhelming in a fight. And then other ones you look at him and you go, you're not throwing. There's no offense coming from him. He's just, he's just sitting there sitting. Go back to his like Robert Whittaker fights and things like that. You go, you have got to be offensive if you want to win this fight. If he's like that, Roman Kopylov's going to beat him. If he comes out and he throws like he did against a Yoel Romero, or he did against, look at when he fought Johnny Hendricks, he was just, he brutalized him. And you look and you go, if that guy shows up, hey, he can definitely hurt Kopylov. Kopylov is a guy that, he wants to be in the stand-up. So does Costa. But Costa, says, I've been working on my ground game. I'm very impressed with my ground game. We'll see if he wants to take Kopylov down. I would be surprised.
Yeah.
But if he does, hey, let's see it.
Yeah, I think Paulo Costa he's got more power. He's more explosive. I think he's faster. All of those things.
No doubt.
Like you said, which one's going to show up?
That's it.
Which guy?
That's the question.
Yeah, the one that fought Romero, then that guy's going to win. I think he.
Or the guy that fought Luke Rockhold. Give me that guy. Because you know what? He showed heart.
He did. He
showed heart.
Yeah. So, I'll give you that. He did show heart in that fight. He did.
He did.
The thing with Paulo Costa is like, is he going to have a couple bottles of wine the night before, or is he going to show up and fight? And when he shows up to fight and really puts it out there, he's dangerous, man.
See, you have one bottle of wine, you're a wine drinker for life.
You take one unsolicited pick, and guess what? Look, Paulo Kopylov is a dangerous fighter. He's a very good fighter. I just think that Paulo Costa, if he shows up, he's already talking about calling out Chimaev.
I know.
Win over him.
They don't like each other.
Yes, I'm gonna fight Chimaev.
That's good.
Right, well, you got to get the win first, bud. You got to get the win first. So if that happens, I think that there's something there. I think he's focused. Hopefully he's focused, and I'm looking forward to seeing him fight. The fight to me, though, that is intriguing, like I said earlier, is the Kevin Holland D-Rod fight. D-Rod coming off of a great win. Kevin Holland's been looking like the Kevin Holland of the beginning, the one that knocked out Jacare, the one that just went on the win streak during COVID. I love this Kevin Holland. I love this one. So if Kevin Holland and D-Rod show up in the center of the cage and they sling and throw leather, it's going to be a great fight. It's going to be a fantastic fight.
I look at this fight, and I don't think that I think there's numerous ways for Kevin Holland to win this fight. Mm-hmm. And there's only one way for D-Rod to win it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's going to be, he's got to do the right thing. Can he do it? Yeah, absolutely. He's a tough guy, and he's got heavy hands. He can hurt Kevin, but Kevin is a faster fighter. There's no doubt he is the longer fighter. So the range is going to become a problem for D-Rod. He's going to have to figure out. And if there's one thing, Kevin's going to love in this is he's the guy. He's the better wrestler. He's definitely the better jiu-jitsu stylist. So you take a look, this is his fight. He can pick where he wants this fight to be.
Yeah,
that's a great luxury.
D-Rod getting a little bit older too. The cardio tends to fade a little bit towards the end, but still the dog in him keeps pushing through. He makes it a fun fight. He does get a little sloppy and careless, especially later in the fight, in the end of round 2 into round 3. But he's a dog. I love watching him fight. I'm like, he's not the most technical guy, but he's the guy that will go out there and continue to go out on his shield if he has to get the win. And with Kevin Holland, he's renewed. He's working his way back into getting these wins. He's back on track, and he's looked fantastic.
And he's sticking at 170 now, which is where he belongs.
Yeah, it is. I know he's tall, long, lanky, all of those things that I like to talk about. Okay, and this is a perfect weight class for him. He's just got to stay focused. And to focus Kevin Holland, I think we can see him in the top 5, top 7 here in a couple fights.
Yep.
Definitely there. So the fight that a lot of people are talking about is Patricio Pitbull versus Dan Ige. I'm excited. I was actually at Baroka 3 and ran into Dan Ige, and I was also at Baroka 2 and ran into Dan Ige. Both times, Dan's excited for this fight. He wanted to fight first for Patricio. He wanted to fight Patricio first coming in the UFC. This is a fantastic fight. He knows that, look, he's like, Patricio knows then I'm not going to try to take him down. He's like, I might clinch with him a little bit here and there. He's like, but I'm going to stand. We're going to trade, and someone's getting knocked out. That's the plan. That's the way I had planned it. He's like, I respect him so much. He's done so much. I know he's not getting the credit he deserves. Danny is telling me this. He's not getting the credit he deserves, but I'm going to go out there and show everybody that I could beat somebody who has the resume of Patricio Pitbull. And Dan is such a great guy. Put Dan right up there with guys like Dustin Poirier, Max Holloway. When you talk to Dan Ige, he's one of the nicest guys I think I've ever met with, and I've trained with too. He's fantastic, and he's freakishly strong for how small he is. Freakishly strong. I mean, not like contradiction, but freakishly strong.
They're both strong. You know, that's why these guys, not only do they kind of look similar, they match up in every aspect. You know, look at Dan's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. Patricio's a black belt, and they're both good there. They're both very solid with the basics that they use, and they have a go-to move that they both like. But they both like to stand and bang, and they both have knockout power. Look at Dan could definitely hurt Patricio and put him down, put him out, and Patricio could do the same to Dan. And that's what makes this fight fun. And I think that they're going to go out, they're going to stand there to the center. There's not going to be a whole lot of movement, and it's going to be a back and forth battle about who lands the counters and who's got the more power that lands flusher, because they both have it. It's just a matter of getting it on target.
Yeah, for me, it really comes down to Danny has got to be careful, because sometimes he likes to get into that clinch against the fence, push his opponent into the fence, try and dirty box him, grind on him. He's got to be cautious and careful of the arming guillotine. Patricio jumps it quickly.
That's his go-to.
That's his go-to anytime he's there. And also Patricio's got a really good hook sweep / getting back up to his feet. So even if he does jump the arming guillotine, he's good at using that hook sweep to get him to the top position, and then he backs away and lands shots. Any of those type of positions. And then Dan's obviously, I think he's got that little tight niche boxing, whereas Patricio keeps everything kind of at the long range. That's why he has that white stance.
Yeah.
For someone who's a small guy, he fights long.
Yes, he does.
Which is insane. Whereas Dan fights you in a pocket.
Yep.
And so that to me is going to make this fight very interesting on who's going to be able to implement their game plan the best and have the success with it. But Dan's got to be careful, because when he jumps into that pocket, will he put his head down? If he puts his head down, that could lead him in and get into choke. So it's a fun fight, John. Things to look out for every fighter. Someone to me, though, I feel like is getting knocked out. And there's going to be, and we may even see guys get dropped a couple times, come back up. We may see a Frankie Edgar, Gray Maynard style fight in this fight. It would be,
you can only hope.
We can only hope. You got Michael Johnson, Daniel Zellhuber. You love this fight.
This is a great fight. Again, Michael Johnson is a guy that a lot of people look at and they go, he's got a decent record, and take a look at who he's fought. Michael Johnson hasn't backed off of anybody. He has fought.
Well, he did pull out against me, John. Just want to make sure everyone understands.
Like I said, he's fought the who's who. So you got to be part of that who's who list for it to count. But
he backed out. He pulled out 10 days before. That's how I fought Bobby Green. Anyways, go ahead. I love Michael Johnson,
but he is absolutely still fast. He's got a really good stand-up game. Zellhuber is this young kid who, again, like I said, his last fight is a loss. It's not his only. I think he's got 2 losses.
He's got 2.
Yeah, but you take a look, and the kid is really good, and he's good at staying at length. And this is a fight that Michael Johnson has to exploit the length of Zellhuber and step inside that pocket and do the work that he's good at doing, almost like he did with Justin Gaethje when Gaethje first came in. Get inside, hit the body, and make him pay when you're able to, stay inside that pocket, make him pay, and then exit out and then do it again. This is one of those. Zellhuber is the young talent. He's the young guy coming up, and he's the guy that if you're the UFC, you kind of go, I kind of like Zellhuber to win. Don't count on it, because if this fight gets, into that second round, Michael Johnson's got a good chance.
Yeah, the height, I think, of Zellhuber, the knee up the middle. Michael Johnson has a tendency sometimes to dip his head straight down when he throws his long jabs and his long right hands. And he's fast, he's quick. And believe it or not, for someone who's as fast as Michael Johnson, he's got pretty good pop. He's got some power on him, and he hits you in punches and bunches too. So if he doesn't get you with the first one, he'll hit you with the second and the third, and you're going to sleep. So he's a fantastic fighter. He's got good takedown defense. Zellhuber, if he gets tired and he starts fishing for a takedown, good luck trying to get it against Michael Johnson. He's got a good sprawl and brawl. He's quick with the hands. He does not let you get away with trying to get a takedown on him and not making you pay. He will break away from the takedown defense and let the hands go, and you're going to pay for trying to shoot on him. So look, Michael Johnson is fast.
Don't forget, Michael Johnson's got a win over Dustin Poirier. You remember that?
Yeah. That was a while back.
Yeah, that was a while back.
I get it.
2016, 2017. Yeah. He knocked him out. Guy can fight.
John, I'm over here trying to be positive about Dustin. You're over here bringing up old shit.
I'm just saying, hey, it's the same thing with, taking a look at Michael when he fought,
bro, you're living in
Gaethje.
the past.
No, when he fought Gaethje, take a look at the damage he did to Justin Gaethje in that fight. Yeah, Gaethje won the fight, but man, I'll tell you what, that was. Bro, Michael Johnson was putting it on him for a while.
Who brought Negative Nancy podcast, Dave? Who brought this dude? This dude bringing up the past, talking about all the old stuff. Nah. Hey, but like I said, man, Michael Johnson's a stud. Zellhuber, young, up and coming, tall, long, lanky. Johnson's got to be careful the knees up the middle, the kicks, all of those things he's got to be careful for. But I mean, I like Michael Johnson, the speed, just the fight IQ. He's able to use it, I think, as the fight goes on and Zellhuber starts to possibly get tired, because Zellhuber does look like he cuts quite a bit of weight. He's a big lightweight. Yeah. So this is one of those fights. This episode is brought to you by BetUS. Make sure you guys YouTube 150 for the promo code. Also, Element, use the link in the descriptions down below. Any product you buy from there, they will send you a bonus package of product if you use our link down below. Element's amazing, man. I love it. And I want to say thank you, man. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support us.